Before I start this video, I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler warning for Venom Let There Be Carnage. If you have not seen Venom Let There Be Carnage and you do not want to be spoiled, do not continue watching this video. Now, I want to talk about Venom's potential role in Spider-Man No Way Home. In the post-credit scene for Venom Let There Be Carnage, we see that Eddie Brock and Venom are transported into the MCU by some unknown force or act where they look at the TV to see Peter Parker being revealed to be Spider-Man. Venom then licks the screen and says something like, "That guy." This is... it just doesn't really make sense. I mean, I've made another video about how I feel about Venom, but I digress. I'm not going to talk about it here, but this is hard to really make sense of because we're not really sure of the extent of the knowledge Venom has of Spider-Man. Now, just before this part of the scene, Venom has said that the symbiotes have a hive mind of millions of years across multiple universes, showing Venom to be some type of all-knowing or knowledgeable being, even if they don't really act on this statement in this post-credit scene. Now, it's possible that Venom has knowledge of Spider-Man via this multiversal hive mind that he was talking about, but we obviously haven't seen any type of symbiote present in the MCU, so it's kind of how would Venom know about Spider-Man? The only potential explanation we could even think of reasonably is that he might not have the knowledge of Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but instead he might have the knowledge of Tobey Maguire's, because obviously in Spider-Man 3, in the Tobey Maguire trilogy, Spider-Man fought Topher Grace's Eddie Brock and Venom. But this still doesn't really make sense, considering that means Venom wouldn't recognize Tom Holland, he would recognize Tobey Maguire. The only thing that could possibly make sense is that Venom semi-recognizes the spider symbol that's on Peter's suit, and he just associates that with being Spider-Man. Either way, I digress with this post-credit scene. We're meant to believe that Venom will be in Spider-Man No Way Home, but based off of everything that we've seen so far, it doesn't look like Venom will be in a villain role at least. They've teased basically every other Spider-Man villain in No Way Home besides Venom. So I feel like there's just too many people to just slap Venom in there. It's also possible that he could be in a role that helps Tom Holland Spider-Man, maybe alongside Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, so maybe he's not an antagonist, but maybe he's actually an ally. But again, what would be Venom's incentive to do this? So if anything, I feel as though Venom might just end up being a small scene either at the end of the movie or probably a post-credit scene, because there's just no way. They're teasing heavily like a multiversal Sinister Six situation, and the post-credit scene for Venom Let There Be Carnage, I mean, it is insinuating that he's going to be in No Way Home, but at the same token, it doesn't flat out say that he will be. The only thing that we do know for sure is that Venom is in the MCU now. We don't necessarily know that he'll be in No Way Home in any capacity. I mean, I hope he is, but I feel like a lot of the cards aren't pointing that way, or they're at least not pointing to him having a big villain role, because that mainly just looks like it's going to be the Sinister Six. But they've edited these trailers so much that it's really up in the air as to what the main plot of the story is going to be either way. Especially when we're considering the fact that I believe Marvel and Sony want the showdown between Venom and Spider-Man to be as big of a deal as possible. So I don't think they want to undersell a potential confrontation with Spider-Man and Venom to be either overshadowing or being overshadowed by a conflict with the Sinister Six. So we're going to have to wait and see how big of a role he'll have. But if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe and leave a comment with how much of a role you would want to see Venom have in Spider-Man No Way Home, or if you would rather just have it full on be a Sinister Six villain movie. But either way, thanks for watching the video.